record to the
I'm
cloud.
recording on my computer, so it might cut out pretty soon. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Because I jumped off the cloud a couple of years ago, and it's like, do I have to go on the cloud again now? I don't want
But
to.
that's also what I'm wondering is, does one need to get on the cloud to?
You can record
You
to
do?
your device or to the cloud.
Yeah, so
Mine
the
only
thing is, Mish,
record-
if you teach an hour class, that's a mega data going up. So
That's because you're on an iPad, Mish. So if you want to record yours, then you must co-host me and I can record it for you.
Okay.
am I recording now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Show
cool.
us that it's
So
recording.
lovely, guys, to see you. I'm launching
Lovely to
tonight.
see
I'm launching
you.
African Blondie YouTube YouTube channel tonight. This is the second video going up.
Awesome. Are we?
The first video was
guests
the one I
on your
did on
channel?
Instagram a few days ago. But data, guys. It's driving me so. But I've got the hard drive, 3 terabytes. So the computer doesn't carry. The thing is, the new Apple Macs don't have enough data to carry like a lot of, like if you got 2 hours of video, it won't be enough to store it on the computer.
Are we allowed to drink wine on our interview?
So yes, guys. Annie, Michelle, cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Cheers.
You got some wine there, guys. Cheers.
Got some wine.
Awesome. Lovely
So,
to see you.
tell us more about your YouTube channel.
I have 0 views and no subscribers.
Okay, but you'll
It's
build it up.
Brand new tonight.
What is it about?
What is it about?
What is it about?
What's getting discussed?
It's about African Blondie living in Africa in lockdown, going, what's going on? I'm going to do Conspiracy Sundays.
Yay!
I'm going to start
I will
Conspiracy
join
Sunday.
all your conspiracy videos.
1 hour of me with 1 hour talking about the latest gifs and memes and the conspiracy theories about the controllers.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Hey?
That's good.
Guys, you know what the real thing about conspiracy theories is? Most of them have come true. Most of them.
Yes. People thought that the guys on the internet...
The biggest conspiracy theory ever in the world is I don't know, is Christianity still the biggest religion in the world? That would be the biggest conspiracy theory ever. And we're still waiting for Jesus to arrive.
I hear you, Annie, but you know what the conspiracy on that one is? Science is the new world religion. Science won. Easter, Christians closed. They didn't close in the Second World War. Did the church close in the Second World War? No. They closed now. I was waiting for the Muslims to stay open. They all closed. All the Hindus, all the Jews, every religion folded to science.
This, in my opinion, is not a sad occasion. This is not a bad thing.
So that's what it.
But what a lot of people were saying. No, for sure. We were talking to one of our friends, and we were saying. Sorry. We were talking to one of our friends, and we were saying exactly this, and he was like, one would anticipate more pushback from people our faith. Like
science got away with it. No one pushed back. No one. I think the
Greeks back was it's huge.
Yeah, there was the churches in Croatia. Croatia was the only pushback. In the first week, they said we're having Easter. You can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one country in the whole world. Science won. Science is the religion now. Yeah. Anyway, guys, did you practice, Annie?
I did.
Oh, awesome. From your studio?
Yes.
Awesome. I like your pillars in the background. They're good framing for your camera work there. Yeah, very good.
What?
For your zooming. Have you
watching the
guys made a
background?
few zoom errors? Like wrong lighting or the camera up your nose or something like that?
No, I generally check it out before I start.
But you're on it every day. You like super professional on this. You're on every day, like for a while.
I mean, in the beginning when I taught, I would get up to go and demonstrate and then come back to the camera, and then I'd be like, if you're watching me, this could look a bit weird because here's my face and then I move away. Yeah. And then, you come back.
Yeah, I wanted to actually tell you, it's good that I feel like you give wonderful instruction. You don't need to get up and do that, and you did good. Like it's working.
Thank you.
But I feel like it is a bit of trial and error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to do this class on Monday for Mon and them, because I recorded myself leading the entire class, which is so exhausting. I mean, when I was doing awkward tonight for Catherine, I was like, the other day I was doing awkward and talking at the same time, and it's so tiring.
What time is it?
At 4.
Must I do it?
Do you feel like?
I'm happy to. Yeah, I'm happy to help you, and then you can just tell them to pin me to the screen.
Yeah, so what I can do, because as the host, you can spotlight someone. Let me show you. I'm doing that now. I'm spotlighting myself.
Okay.
So you see, I've automatically now taken over the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can spotlight you.
Okay.
And then that's what they've been doing with the international classes. They find someone and they spotlight them, and then they teach, but then there's a visual for them to watch.
Cool, that's awesome.
Well, yeah, I'm happy to help you.
Really, Mish?
Yes.
That would be amazing.
Totally.
Okay, fantastic.
Problem solved.
Yes. Okay, brilliant.
I'm also available to help you anytime.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's awesome. Because I mean, I was like, as I said, I recorded myself like leading the class, but it's really exhausting. And then I was thinking, and so really I won't be watching them at all, and they'll have to be like looking at their screen the whole time. And I feel like if there's someone that they can watch if they need a visual, but I can see them so I can give them corrections, then I feel like that's so much better.
What are you?
Yeah, well, if you need
what class are you leading?
I'm going to do like an intermediate class.
But also,
class.
If you need to do also like just a quick demo, like you did when we did intermediate at the Yoga Republic, where you'd say just quickly watch Mish first, and then you guided everyone into it as well.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean,
like
that works.
Brianna's class like that. She taught right like Mish normally talks, like right now, this framing. That's how you teach Mish.
Yeah.
But then they focused on Isak, and another guy were practicing, and they focused the screen on them the whole time. It was awesome. It was very cool.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me nicely when I teach?
Oh yes, very clear.
You got one of the best sounds.
Okay, that's good.
By your mic, by your computer. So.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Are you doing everything on a notebook or an Air?
Yeah, on my iPad. And I'm just thinking, thank goodness I actually bought it when I did, because
it's
otherwise
got a good mic and the camera's pretty good as well.
Okay, that's
good. Yeah, Mish, but also I must be honest. I mean, when I and that's why I recorded myself leading the class, and I've downloaded it so I could keep it, but to also hear what you sound like when you move away from the camera and how it would sound when you're talking, and the sound's perfect. I don't know why people feel like they need like devices for their sound, because the sound is good enough.
Well, I mean, I understand.
Walk away from the mic. It's the further you go away from the mic, your sound might go down.
Yeah, and if you're really not projecting very well,
yes.
And also, like with Cass tonight, when she turned her mic off, and she's like, "Is that better, Annie?" And then that wasn't the thing. I like shook my head, because I was like, with the mic on, because she stands away from the thing. I was like, she sounds like she's right here with you, but she's obviously standing back, you know. And I mean, even when she said, "Is that better?" I could still hear her. I wasn't like straining to hear her, but just like her being there and it being quite loud, it was like really helpful, you know, because then there's almost more of a commanding presence, if I could put it that way.
Do you guys mind being recorded, hey?
No. You have our consent.
You're going to be on YouTube. You're going to be on the interweb, hey? This is recorded.
Oh my God.
Must I send you a disclaimer to sign?
Yeah.
And he's going to get hacked in the comments for her religious views.
Yeah, we're saying that we're still waiting for Jesus to come. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's definitely that's cool. I don't mind. I do need to get more wine though.
Okay, but what now? You're gonna go now?
Yeah.
Before you go, that's Scottish. Before you go. Before you go, Kemfa, do you understand what I'm saying?
Before you go,
Kemfa, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
No. We don't know what you mean.
As we're in the apocalypse, the world has changed completely. So I think the way out of this is a spiritual one more than a material one.
Yes,
So
I think that everything that's happening now is stuff that we were aware of beforehand. Like we were aware of climate change, and we were aware of the threat of our movements being monitored and controlled, and we were aware of the fact that we needed to move our businesses online, that was the way of the future. So there's a lot of stuff happening now that we knew beforehand was going to happen.
Yeah. It's been pre-programmed already. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. And I know Mish shares the sentiment that there has to be like a spiritual awakening.
Yeah, I mean, from the very get-go, I said, like, you know, if this virus is real, if it's real, that now I'm gonna get attacked in the comments.
You can go on the Conspiracy Sunday interview.
It's a Conspiracy Sunday interview, so you know I'm allowed.
Save that for the Conspiracy Sunday.
I'm allowed to question things. Yes,
you can go, but that one can be, you know, my channel is not for kids. You can swear, you can do anything. You can swear, it's fine.
Beautiful.
Like, just talk normal.
But I said that I feel like the way to combat it, if one does get infected with said virus, is to raise one's own vibrational frequency.
Yeah.
And so like from the very beginning, I was like, this time that we've been given to be at home and really sit with ourselves, for me has been, it's almost like highlighted the fact that we will never get this opportunity again. And it's imperative that we do some spiritual work and evolve. And, you know, just also with everything that's going on now, there's all these riots that are happening. You know, it's like my friend messaged me and she said, I don't know what to do because being on social media is so overwhelming. And she was like, I don't know if I should lower my vibration to be able to connect with this subject matter, because I mean, as much as it's traumatic, she was like, she can't get into the whole thing of like people bashing each other and saying, why haven't you said anything? Or why did you say this instead of this? And she's like, I don't know if I must lower my frequency to meet people at that level. And I said to her, absolutely not. I think if anything, like it's our responsibility now to raise our frequency and try and anchor as much light here as possible so that we can really transcend this as human beings. You know?
Yeah, to raise the level of consciousness.
Yeah.
So Annie, you were speaking earlier about, you know, the plans have been in place. We have been told what's coming up, you know, 2020, you know, Agenda 21. It's been in the works a long time. Agenda 2030, it's been happening. South Africa is like a focal point for that because they all come here and do their concerts and that. So that's another part of AfricanBlondi. I'd like to go and check that out and do reporting in the field around Joburg, you know, just like drive through Heilbrow and show the world what it like driving down one of those streets, Pretoria Street or something, with the camera, and then you have like a commentary over, like that kind of thing. I've got a few ideas, but it's a lot of work. I've got to get fiber installed, so I'm going to get that done now. Hopefully in the next week or so, hopefully.
Yeah, it'll change your life. It really is amazing.
Because I uploaded a 9-minute video yesterday. So you guys, if you teach an hour class, that's uploading for an hour.
Yeah.
It took the computer to upload it 8 hours, a full day's work for 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
8 hours to upload. I was like, I can't do this. This is not.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, like really,
fiber can cut that down to 1 or 2 hours, which is fine. You know?
I mean, like it's even faster because I recorded my entire 75-minute class on Zoom. I downloaded that. And then I was watching it, and the download was there for me to play within like 10 minutes.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, you're talking.
You got fiber at your home.
I got fiber installed because I was on Telkom and I was dropping my line and it was terrible. So I had to get fiber because I had to. But I mean, we were talking like. On a Telkom, on the copper lines, you're getting, if you're lucky, 1.7 megabytes per second.
You pay for 2.0, but you get like 1.75 or something like that. Yeah.
Because also, and then that's good for them, right?
The upload is slow. The upload is like 0.8 or something.
Exactly. Yeah, and so now with current technology and like, for example, with Zoom running. So Neil, where I'm looking at you on Zoom, I can see Michelle clearly, and you almost have like a bit of a milky film over your screen. Because Zoom is
might be lighting. It might be lighting.
Zoom is so incredibly clever that it realizes that bandwidth isn't big enough to actually play all of that. So it starts by affecting, it'll cut out a little bit of the visual to make the bandwidth a bit more available.
So that it's not uploading more data, because obviously the more pixels and detail it uploads, the more data that consumes.
Yes, and so for current technology, like you need, like if I was saying 1.7, so you're saying you're paying for 2, and for current technology, you need 20 megabytes per second. So it shows you how out of date. So the fact that you even on a copper line can get onto Zoom at all is miraculous.
Exactly.
It's a testament to what a phenomenal program it is.
Yeah.
You know, that it has the ability to actually.
I'm mindful of you know the scene completely because you guys have researched and found out what works.
Well, I've had I had no choice because I had to get everyone online. So
I've just been on LTE from the beginning.
Guys, we're still recording. Okay, just FYI.
That's fine.
Probably take me about a week to upload it, but whatever. Hopefully by then I'll have fiber installed. Oh, jeez. Guys, my vibration has moved up. I think things that completely different before lockdown. Like I'm like, you know, in the conspiracy community online, you know, Mish?
Yes.
Like
yes.
Conspiracy Inc., you know, all of them, like whatever they mean.
Yeah.
There's even a section called the truth community. Have you heard about that?
No.
The truth community. It's like people who are into spirituality, maybe Satguru, Amuji would be like part of it. Truth community online, on the internet, on like social platforms and whatever. But I'm not even into the truth community because I know. I don't think maybe that, but no, I know the truth. The truth is good. It's not good. It's not, you can count it out as being probably not true. Not so? If it's not good. So I think I'm on a different vibration. I've moved. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it feels amazing. I feel amazing. I'm so healthy. I'm eating well. I'm exercising. I'm feeling great.
Glad, Neil.
I'm so glad. Great. I've been doing a lot of this. I've been on a Qigong teacher training.
Yes.
By myself. So I've been training a lot of Qigong. My body on the inside feels like water. My body on the outside feels like rock. It's amazing. I'm like, that's how I feel.
Wow.
Alive. Like my body's clean because you do these cleansings quite often. So you do a posture and then
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Anyway, but maybe it will catch on. I'm not sure. We'll see, hey? But AfricanBlondi channel is like this. Us talking, this interview. This is going on AfricanBlondi.
That's cool.
Are you okay with that?
Yes. I started following this guy called...
a glass of wine?
Yes.
Cool.
I started following this guy called Bentino. I don't know if you've heard about him.
Bentino.
Yeah, he's also like this new school philosopher. And he's quite hardcore. Like he's cutting through the bullshit really hard.
His name?
Like Bentino Massaro.
Okay.
And he posts like stories, so people will like send him DMs on Instagram and they'll be like, okay, but given like the protests in America, blah blah blah, and they'll be like, I am a white individual who does feel guilt about, you know, the fact that I was born into privilege and stuff, and I don't really understand how you can and how you can say that that's not a relevant thing to experience. And he cuts through it so hectic. He'll be like, these are emotional traps, and how one's lowering vibration.
Yeah. Are you,
like he says here, are you aware
sorry.
of the tempting?
Are you on fiber, Mish? Are you on fiber
No.
or otherwise?
No, I'm on LTE.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is
But
expensive. But
it's fine for streaming from an iPad, eh?
Yeah, it's
You're on
perfect.
an iPad. That's cool. We're getting very tipsy tonight, eh? We're getting all the tips for the Zoom classes and people doing this online. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says here, are you aware of the tempting emotional trap within yourself to feel righteous and think of yourself as wise in your anger when you feel any form of hurt or injustice, and of its consequent grouping together with the like-hearted individuals and reinforce your beliefs in their agreement, also born of unresolved pain and victimhood? We all have this trap within us. Some praise the succumbing to pain reactions as courage, while minority understands that courage means the careful resisting of this temptation into righteousness. He's totally like, don't buy into this guilt thing. Like, don't buy into the anger thing. He's like,
yeah,
the only way forward is love and elevate your vibration.
Awesome.
But he's very hectic about it. Like, he's very abrupt about it.
Of the truth, not so?
Yeah, for sure. But it is quite a shock, because sometimes I'll see someone send him a message that I feel like, okay, shit, yeah, that's quite valid. And then, like, just the way he responds to them, like, he cuts straight through the bullshit, which I'm like, I kind of recognize. Like, I was making tea today, and then I was thinking, like, what would Muji say if you went to him and you were like, oh, Muji, I've been crying for 3 days because I'm hurting so much because of all this racial discrimination. Muji would be like, he'd also cut through it. He'd be like,
yeah.
You know, like, you getting caught in a loop and a story, and like,
yeah,
he'd be like,
you know what they're trying
to
the source, right? All of these things, they're feeding off your feelings, your virtues, your choices. They're feeding off what you decide for yourself, because every decision is going to cost you. It's going to cost you calories. It's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you the air you breathe, everything. So I've been thinking a lot about reincarnation. What if there are reincarnations, you know? So when you start thinking like that, your whole outlook on life changes completely.
So Muji said, when all of this happened, he said, in truth, there is not us and them. Us is them. Them is us. We are that. All is that. That is all.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and if you went to him and you cried to him and you were like, oh, Muji, I'm so sad, he would like just shut you down. Do you know what I mean? But because he's not prepared to get involved in your drama and in the story that you're creating, that's creating more drama, right? And I mean, like, I'm saying all of this, not that it's invalid what anyone's experiencing. I'm just simply talking about, I was telling Neil about this guy that I've been put onto. His name's Bentino, and he's like, I don't know, like a modern day Ram Dass kind of vibe, but he's very intense, like how he's just like, no, he's like, don't get like roped into this stuff, you know. And like how I was saying to Neil, he'll post
other people's karma. The thing is, empathy is what's being traded at the moment with these riots, is empathy. And you can have compassion for someone, but you don't have to give them consent. You don't have to consent to their point of view, who they are, what drugs they're taking. You know, you can have empathy for them, but you don't have to give them you give them your consent, and they steal it. That's what's the real.
Hi guys.
Hi.
You're being recorded. Neil is recording us.
I'm Gabby.
You're
on my YouTube channel, AfricanBlondi. It's launching tonight.
A little heads up would have been nice.
Here's Gabby doing her hair.
You always look fantastic, Gabby.
Yeah.
I love you, and you're very kind. Okay.
Cool. So have you got internet, Gabby?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm up and
Good to
running.
see you.
Yeah, I know you guys too.
Gabby, you're being recorded, okay? I'm just FYI, okay? I hope you're okay with that. You can like your stream. Okay, cool.
I am. So are you doing this YouTube thing?
Yeah, this is the second video on my YouTube tonight. This is the launch tonight. Since it is a strawberry moon. Guys, do you know it's a strawberry moon and an eclipse tonight?
Is it an eclipse too?
It's an eclipse apparently tonight. Strawberry moon eclipse. I've got to check what time it is tonight. And there's 2 eclipses in June. This is the first one.
Really?
No, it's a very I did a astrology post on Instagram.
I saw that, Neil. I read it.
Oh, you read it? Okay, that's an awesome shot of the moon. Did. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was cool, hey?
Cool.
Let's zone in for your viewers.
Awesome. Good camera work there, Gabby.
You know, I've become like Steven Spielberg after all these lockdown pre-recorded God knows what. Oh God, hold on. They found me. We're gonna watch.
These ones.
Okay. Deadpool and Stunning. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
I'd have to.
Hi.
What
did you have for dinner? That's just got too much energy, guys. I don't know why. It comes out at 8 o'clock. Anyway.
Wow.
I'm going again.
All right.
So Cam, go watch the movie, boy. Sorry. Anyway.
So we were having a discussion before you jumped, you parachuted in, Gabby.
Yes, do tell, because it sounded quite intense.
Michelle was going on. Annie read some words from Muji of a book she's got there, and so did Michelle, and there was this whole thing going on. And yeah, we were having we're thinking the only way to get through this apocalypse is to become more spiritual, to try go higher vibration, more consciousness.
Beyond.
Yeah, this material world sucks. It sucks.
You lift your frequency.
Yeah, you got to raise. There's like a dark cloud over the world, but it's us. It's a shadow of us. So we the ones responsible. So we got to raise our awareness higher.
Raise the vibration.
Yeah.
You know, it's so funny that you say that when you say it's us. I remember like many years ago when Sean Korn was here.
Yeah.
I went to one of her workshops and she had lost her voice. So she couldn't like really teach a class. So she said she just did a lecture. And she was talking about how she gets up in the mornings and she watches the news.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know, because most yoga teachers avoid the news because they don't get into all of that negativity. She's like, but I do. I force myself to watch it. And then I look at everything that's wrong in the world, and then I ask myself, what is it in me that is creating that?
Yeah, because
oh wow, okay.
Wow, that's so.
Yeah, but that's what you said now, Neil, as well. You said
you just said that
our fear and our anxiety around it is basically what creates the situation.
Yeah, I've been getting into, with doing the Qigong, I've been getting into electromagnetic energy and toroids and magnetism, because the earth is a magnet. It's got a north pole and it's a magnet. There's electromagnetic thing, and our bodies have that as well, going around us the whole time. So if you so that's what Muji and these people are. They are people on a higher level that you look up to, like, wow, those people are on a higher, they're, you can see it, you know what I mean?
But they don't get involved in the drama of it.
But the problem is there's a lot of false prophets, and they take you in and you pay them money. Who was the one I got roped into? Jordan Pederson. I bought his book, or I bought one of his courses, and I gave it to a friend of mine as well. I didn't get through the first page. I didn't write a single thing in the book. I was like,
yeah, so
there's a lot of false prophets. Everyone's into, it's PR. At the end of the day, it's PR, and they're marketing. So, yeah.
I'm a big fan of, I'm a big follower of Sam Harris, and him and Jordan Pederson often have it out because obviously, Sam Harris is a known atheist and Jordan Pederson is the opposite. I'll be here. He's a very, very clever man, Jordan Pederson.
He's a drug addict. He went to Russia to detox to get off meth. Honestly, it's not a conspiracy theory. I've got other stuff for conspiracy theory Sunday. So Gabby, on Sunday, I want to do a stream, Conspiracy Sundays. But I've got to upgrade my Wi-Fi to fiber. So I've got to wait a week or so for fiber. But
I'm so keen on this African.
AfricanBlondi.
AfricanBlondi.
I'm AfricanBlondi. Me.
AfricanBlondi. Sorry, I don't know where I got dragonfly or butterfly.
So the one program, we've been talking about it for years, Annie and Michelle and me, and is Conspiracy Sunday, because I've always been into the conspiracies. I've always known all the conspiracies.
That's so cool.
So it's a discussion program, interviews, maybe presenting like a book or something, something like that.
Yeah,
to hang out on a Sunday.
The news, the latest news, because the news is ridiculous. Did you see the space launch, guys?
No.
Did you see the rockets going up?
No.
Well, lucky for you, Gabby. There was a mouse on the rocket of SpaceX going into space, and it's happened before. Previous launches, people said there was a mouse on the freaking rocket. So there's this big phallic object that punches through the sky, and it's got two red balls underneath that are the rockets underneath. What is that? What image does that bring to mind for you personally? I'm throwing it out there,
it's quite phallic. Okay?
Yeah. So it's all these. I don't know. To me, it's like SpaceX isn't real. It's Disney. NASA is Disney.
Jeez, I'm definitely going to.
This is conspiracy. That's for Sunday, guys. Guys, that's for Sunday. Conspiracy.
Your screen froze with you having this big smile, just exactly like you look now. That's how your screen froze. So I thought that was your response to the entire conversation.
I missed the whole comment because I was laughing at Neil when he said, "Lucky for you, Gabby."
Yeah, then he told us there was a mouse on the rocket. The rocket took off. There was a mouse on it, and the rocket a phallic symbol.
We're still recording, guys. This is going to take me at least like 5 days to upload. It might not be up tomorrow. That's what I'm saying.
Shit, Neil, you're so funny. Oh God, but that's
But
cool.
I've been telling myself for years I must start a new channel. Tonight's the launch. Tonight. Welcome to the.
Honestly, guys, can I just tell you guys something? Like, I'm so happy to be part of the A team. I truly I am, and I feel even more honored to be part of the launch. It's very exciting.
Thank you for joining the A team online, Gabby.
Hey, and it's actually the best launch I've ever been to because I'm in my warm, fluffy gown and my shoes, my jammies.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah, no, but it's cool. Yeah, and it's good. I see the moon. I get it. It's all the timing. Very, very cool. And it's cool, Neil. Like, I feel like you've got so much to say.
Oh, really? Oh.
I really do.
Thanks. Thank you. I hope so.
Neil taught me about the story of Christmas through mushrooms.
Really?
Greatest story he's ever told me in my life, and I tell every person I meet about this story.
Mish, you've never told me about the story.
About how Christmas comes from those mushrooms that have the red caps and the white circles on them. And so the Christmas colors are red and white, and how the guy who would go out, the Eskimo would be wearing a red suit with white fur on it because it's like freezing, which is like Santa's suit, and how hanging the mushrooms up along the inside of the igloo with the fire so that they could dry out was like hanging up the stockings, and that the naughty kids couldn't get presents with the mushrooms because if they were naughty, they'd have a bad mushroom trip. So that's why they weren't allowed mushrooms, and how they were reindeer all around this place. And it's a phenomenal story. And I researched it, and it's true. And I told Alex it, and he was like, no, that's nonsense. And then, like, I think
Neil tell you the story.
Neil, when we went to watch a movie like 2 years ago.
Okay.
There's an addendum to the story as well, though.
As long as he didn't indoctrinate you with that nonsense when you were 14, then that's okay.
No.
He doesn't seem indoctrinated.
Story, and then Alex didn't believe me, and then the next time I told her, like his friend now the other day, I was like telling his friend the story. I think it was Nuno. We were talking to Nuno online, and then Alex was like, what? That's so cool. You never told me that. And I was like, you told me it was rubbish. Even though I showed you an article with all this information in it.
So, but I actually want to go to Finland and Norway. I was in Norway and I found out about the people who run with the reindeer. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
These people?
No.
They're called the Lap people. They're native to northern Scandinavia, and they run with the reindeer, and it's Finland, Scandinavia into Russia, right on the top there. And they live off the reindeer, like the American Indians lived off the bison kind of vibe, you know?
Okay.
But then this story comes from them. But there's another thing. They feed the mushrooms to the reindeer.
Yes, you told me.
And then the reindeer pee out, and they collect the pee, and then they drink the pee, and then they get mushroom trip.
Well, they do know that there are other ways to get a trip.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't drink reindeer pee. I wouldn't personally.
Well, I mean, it's very interesting because, Mish, that film you gave me to watch about the mushrooms with the, it's very interesting.
Fantastic fungi. Have you guys seen it?
You were telling us the last time. I actually haven't yet.
So brilliant.
Phenomenal film. And the guy was talking because, they say that our brains, like in evolution, like our brains grew exponentially at one point. And so there's one school of theory that says it was around the time we started eating meat. And then the other theory is like it was with the invention of fire because we could cook beans. And
that's interesting.
Yeah, in this film they say that
it was the hunter-gatherers who used to pick up mushrooms and eat them.
That the animals used to eat the mushrooms and poo them. Well, actually, the animals used
the beef patty is where the mushrooms were growing.
These specific mushrooms grew in the animal poo, and then they would pick that up and eat it. And
so yeah.
Yeah, they would literally have a mushroom experience, a psychedelic experience, and that's what caused their brains,
which evolved their consciousness, and made the brains grow.
But guys, this is evolutionary psychology, which is totally theoretical on theoretical on theoretical.
Yes.
Because I studied it at university. I did archaeology.
Did you do archaeology?
I only got through first year, Gabby. I only made it through first year.
That's cool. I didn't even know
I
that.
went on an archaeological dig. So that was the aim. I actually went to university because I thought I want to go to an archaeological dig. And I went to it.
I just feel like... Sorry. No, carry on, Gabby.
No, I was just wanting to know where you went digging.
Oh, yes. I went digging in the Waterberg.
Oh,
cool. Where the Waterberg is.
The Waterberg.
In Limpopo.
Yes.
So in AfricanBlondi, we talk about Africa and South Africa. So it's very, very cool you brought this up. Yeah, the Waterberg on a game farm that brought the rhino back from extinction. The guy's called Clive Walker. There was apparently only one female black rhino and one baby. And they were like in the Caprivi Strip in Angola. They were the only last black rhinos. And apparently he brought them back from the 1980s. Anyway, right at the top was in Nguni, 250 years ago. If you go to the Valley of 1,000 Hills or whatever, those guys, same people, same Bantu herders with cattle, they were right at the top. And then there's another layer halfway at Botswana, Swanas. And that was about 175 years ago. You dig with a trowel and then you find pottery. I found beads. I found ostrich shell beads. And I was the only one to find a blade, an assegai, like a spear metal.
That's
so they were Iron Age people. And they traded with the East Indias, the Muslims coming down the coast, down the Indian Ocean coast from Dar es Salaam down, and they would meet. So that was Makambukwe, Great Zimbabwe. They were trading with the shipping trade going to India and back. So there was some Chinese porcelain beads, Chinese porcelain, 250 years old.
That's very cool, hey?
Yeah.
We did a dig
what did you study?
Bought a little rock thing. I studied.
So
I went to
university.
I studied marketing.
Marketing.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Gabby,
when in doubt.
Gabby, thank you for inviting your friends to my class. One of your friends popped in this morning, and she popped out very quickly because I had no other students, so I can understand. She got embarrassed. So anyway.
Do you remember who it was?
She's got a funny name. I couldn't really, like Guinevere Reveria. Like that.
Jana.
Hey?
Jana. I wonder.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway, so I taught 3 classes. Gabby, I'm on my own teacher training. I've taught 3 classes to no one. To the Zoom. I taught 3 classes on Zoom.
Did you do it on Zoom? Did you just go there?
People arrived.
But you know what, Neil, just keep on keeping on. I promise you, it's gonna take off. We're gonna do this.
Cool.
I think it's no, I promise you. You know what? Like, just gotta keep on keeping on. You know, we can't just expect this kind of thing just to happen.
Cool. I like your positive attitude. So So I've been doing a Qigong teacher training. So I've improved my class. So now I've got a really cool class. It's like excellent. I'm not like nervous to teach it or anything. No, I've like worked it out. Okay, cool. And then I can change it in the future. So anyway, that's, hello?
I'm watching on Instagram. I was watching on your Instagram story.
What's up with your funny face? Guys, you know the one thing, guys, did my face freeze?
No.
Look how good Andy's setup is on the Zoom. Check it out. The framing, the lighting, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, but we've all become so brilliant now. We know what lighting works for us.
I've changed my studio, guys. I've changed my, I must show you my new studio. Guys, I've got a new studio.
Where?
I'll show you.
My connection's so bad, guys.
Yeah, it's very weird, Mish.
Neil, I like that.
So
yeah.
You get the full body. You got to see my hands. You see. My new studio, guys. Do you like it?
I do.
Oh, I rearranged the furniture.
Well done.
Check.
I'll come to your class.
Hey?
I'm going to come to your class. I want to see it in the flesh, see it live.
Oh, okay. Sunday at 5 o'clock. But I don't know. Michelle says I should do it for another 2 weeks at least. But yeah, anyway.
I can't come on
it
Sunday.
very much. So it's a good class now. I enjoy teaching it. I've done it. I did it tonight. I did my class.
I can't come on Sunday.
That's okay, Mish.
I'm eating reindeer. I'm eating reindeer food.
You eating what? Reindeer food?
Yeah.
Guys, I think I'm gonna close off the channel. We can carry on talking, but I'm gonna stop recording.
Perfect.
Okay.
All
right.
I think it's cool.
I didn't have to censor myself anymore.
Cool, man. So you're gonna be on the interweb, eh? Cool. All right.
Peace.